Hey there, and welcome back to my channel. Hope everybody's having a great day, and before we get into this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Lately, it seems like we're more in tune with music debuts on the charts and the overall performance instead of the craft. Lately, we anticipate first week sales more than anything because we cannot wait to classify it as a flop. We're obsessed with how many views an artist's music video gets on YouTube within the first 24 hours, and we're constantly checking for which artists surpass who on Spotify. The charts and sales are the artist and the label's business. I know that the scrutiny on chart landings has been a thing ever since the 50s. But the obsession and criticism wasn't as harsh as it is today. Because now we believe that if a song didn't chart within the top 10 or 20 or didn't chart at all, it's automatically a flop, forgetting that some songs and albums move up the charts progressively. And I know a flop in this context means that the record undersold or underperformed. But that doesn't make it a bad song or a whack album because there are factors that contribute to the underperformance of an artist. Let's look at the factors. For one, lacking a great PR team or a marketing manager and lacking proper promotion rollout. Or being blacklisted or blackballed by the industry and even being sabotaged by their own team. RCA. You didn't hear anything. We also have surprise drops, and another factor is, it's not necessarily a factor, it's more of a strategy. Some celebrities get into online feuds, whether it be with other celeb counterparts or even fans and trolls, in aims to create the buzz to their name, which will help them promote their upcoming projects better, and not all artists are into the antics. But hey, what can I say in an era where we choose to uplift physical appearance and TikTok artists on the rise over actual talent? The implications. Unfortunately, our chart obsession is depriving us of great music no matter the genre. Honestly, the results of this chart obsession is low quality music. That's why these days, most artists are pressured to get a hit so that it can top the charts and dominate the TikTok algorithm, even if it means for an artist to abandon their true and authentic sound. An example would be Doja Cat, who constantly complains about how she doesn't like her music and how it's all just a cash grab. And to a certain extent, I agree. Doja's songs are constantly charting and rules the sounds on most platforms. It's not a bad thing, but consider that the artist isn't even content because he or she isn't able to make music that they genuinely love. Let me also mention how this obsession has artists constantly releasing different versions of songs just to go number one, and we saw this with Taylor Swift and SZA when they were battling for that number one spot. Side note. To some extent, I'm starting to see that the general public believes that an upbeat anthem equals a hit, and if it's not, it's a flop. We can see this pattern with Normani. I remember when she dropped Fair after Wild Side, she was called boring because the song was slow tempo. It's sad that this happens to most artists whenever they release a slower and a more vulnerable song, like Lift Me Up by Rihanna. People tend to forget that this song was for the Black Panther soundtrack and also to pay tribute to Chadwick Boseman. Another one would be Alone by Kim Petras featuring Nicki Minaj. Some fans were upset because they were expecting Alone to be hyper pop. Even with Red Ruby the Sleeves, which was a lyrical work of art, some people still found it to be underwhelming. Another thing, features and collaborations aren't making sense anymore because the artist and the record label are trying to get one or more big names on a song or the album to bring more traction to it, even though these artists are in completely different genres with different styles. I mean, it's not wrong to mix and match, but at this point we know that these labels and artists are doing it solely just to get a hit. Some collabs are bomb, but some just miss. An example would be Cheat Back by Chloe and Future. There was absolutely no chemistry between them from the song to the visuals. Another would be Megan Thee Stallion and Future for Pressurelicious. Megan literally had to change her verse because the song no longer made sense after she sent her verse to Future.
Okay. So then when I got his verses, I was like, I gotta write some new verses, because I gotta make this make sense. So then I got in the studio with my engineer and then I put the song together and I was like, this is Pressurelicious, this makes sense.
Like, remember Ariana Grande's 34+35 remix? Featuring Megan Thee Stallion and Doja Cat? I feel like that remix was unnecessary. And to an extent, that feature was convenient because at the time, Doja Cat and Megan Thee Stallion were the new hot artists. Another example would be when Glorilla remixed Ciara and Summer Walker's song Better Things. I mean, it's another remix that was convenient because at the time Glorilla was the best new thing. And don't even get me started on Doechii featuring Kodak Black. And if you can name any other collaborations or remixes that was unnecessary, put it in the comments. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that artists cannot collaborate with other artists in different genres. What I am saying is that some just don't complement each other and some do. It's pretty sad that most artists now would rather forfeit a great song if they had to work with an artist that is less popular but best complements their style. Instead, they'd rather work with a bigger artist even if the song is complete trash. In conclusion, I understand that the music industry is a business and every record label is hoping to get their return on investing in an artist. But music is still art. My point throughout this video is that we need to go back to enjoying the art and not the chart performance. We can leave that to the artist and the label to worry about. I'm also not saying stop mass buying your favorite artist's music to get them to that #1 spot. Just consume music moderately. And if you made it this far into the video, I appreciate you. And before you go, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Bye!